Hey everybody, Max and Monty 15 and 16 here, back again with another Thomas Wooden Railway review. So today I'm going to be reviewing Victor, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Victor was first introduced in 2009 in Hero of the Rails, along with, of course, Hero and Kevin, his pretty much like sidekick. Victor is the only narrow gauge engine owned by Sir Topham Hatt, and basically he runs the Steamworks all by himself, so good job, Victor. So of course he has 3 different models, of course the first one being introduced in 2009, along with Hero and Kevin as well. So let's go ahead and start out with that one. So here is Victor. So of course he does have some simplistic detail, but man, that is one of the worst wooden railway faces I have ever seen. I mean, that is just so bad. That's definitely the worst face I've ever seen. Although he does have some good lamp detail, as well as some piston detail as well. Of course, he does have hazard stripes on front and back. Even though I've had this for so long, I Sharpied over him, so over his scratches and everything like that, so that was a pretty bad decision. Which is why I went and got a new one recently, but we'll get into that in a sec. So of course, he has his dome right here, as well as his safety valve. And really, Victor is a very simplistic item. So there's really not that much to talk about. Of course, he did go through that weird phase where he had Learning Curve Brands Incorporated printed on the bottom, which was a thing from like around 2009 to 2012. So yeah. Anyway, of course, just if you're disregarding the Sharpie, this is already a pretty bad model. So of course, I definitely would not recommend it if you're going for a good Victor model. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the next one, and I say the best of the 3. Here is the Learning Curve model. So of course it has a brighter red, which is kind of obvious considering his like bright colors, and Victor is a brighter engine in the show. So he has thinner lining, however it is more crisp, I would say. So of course he does have a pretty good face overall, even though I'm pretty sure mine has some wonky eyes right there. But Victor, this is the only model of Victor to not have buffers, so that's one thing I actually just noticed, even though he does have coupling detail, so that kind of makes up for it. So he still has his lamp detail right here, even though it's colored black instead of gray now, and it looks like it's part of the mold of the smoke box. So of course on the back here he also has some good lining with his window being bigger, and of course the back lining, which I don't think they had on the Learning Curve version. So of course with this Victor, again, it is a very simplistic build, even though I am a pretty big fan of this model overall. So this is also the first time that I've showed this Victor on this channel, considering I only recently got him just maybe a week ago from eBay. So kinda because I just kinda stopped doing M&M unboxings, so that's why you guys didn't see this. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me talk for this long. I mean, of course, I was actually just about to end the review, and then I realized, oh wait, there's another model. So, I'm an idiot. So anyway, we have the Thomas Wood Victor here. So of course it does have some okay proportions, and I would say that the piston detail is more intricate on the Thomas & Friends Wood Victor. However, that's pretty much the only good thing I have to say about this model. The face is definitely too big, and his eyes are just too far apart. Not to mention, of course, the bare wood is pretty bad. The only reason I actually bought this model was just because to do this review, to be honest. But yeah, it was the last one at Barnes & Noble, and I'm not planning on picking up the painted wood version because I really don't like this model. So yeah, anyway, there's not really much to go over since I've already stated the obvious for the other 2. So readjusting my tripod there. He does have buffers though, and they can easily be crisply seen. And of course, it isn't too bad of a wood model. It definitely isn't the worst, but I would say if you're looking for a good Victor model, definitely look for the Mattel version in the middle right here, especially because it's pretty easy to find on eBay or online shopping sites. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Max and Lucky 15 and 16 signing out.